So, we've all heard of smartphones, smart cars, smart watches. What about smart pills? Bioengineered supplements with grand claims of boosting brain power and sharpening focus. But do they really work? Here's ABC's Chief Business, Economics, and Technology correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis.
From late nights out to early morning meetings.
The black on black.
30-year-old Erin Finnegan says this is the secret to her work hard, play hard lifestyle.
I'm bi-coastal, so I'm a lot of times traveling. This is the only one that I take with me, though.
Nootropics, also known as smart drugs, supplements some claim enhance brain function, helping to improve memory, focus, maybe even make you brilliant. Bradley Cooper went from 0 to 100 in Limitless, but some saying it's not fiction, touting benefits from increased focus to mental stimulation.
Scale of 1 to 10, how much smarter do you feel on nootropics?
10.
Startups like Nootropics, co-founded by 29-year-old Jeff Wu, are helping to rebrand smart drugs as part of the multi-billion-dollar supplement industry.
If there's one really smart person in the world, great, we have another Einstein. But if everyone was super smart, there's like an exponential amount of innovation going on.
But as these supplements become more mainstream, some doctors are questioning whether the claims are too good to be true.
What are some of the concerns about nootropics?
The lack of controlled trials, the lack of rigorous scientific research, and the lack of studies that actually try to study all of these different types of nootropics in certain combinations altogether.
Nootropic stacks, mixes of individual components, can include anything from caffeine and L-theanine to herbal supplements to paracetam.
How did you get interested in nootropics?
I wanted to be smarter. I grew up very competitive and wanting to be the best version of myself possible. So active ingredients of our nootropics are coming through these tubes.
4 years ago, Jeff was working at a venture capital firm when he started digging around the internet and experimenting.
We were tinkering with things from laboratories from China.
So you're just on the internet, ordering things from China and wherever else.
Yeah,
getting them and trying them?
Honestly, in the beginning, it was very experimental.
Today, it's become more than just a hobby. Business is booming. Plus, he's caught the attention and financial backing of top Silicon Valley titans. Inside this tightly controlled lab, his team is pumping out thousands of these little pills every day.
So how many different pills are you making here?
So for our company, we have 4 different pill or 4 different types of stacks.
Pills that claim to do everything from promoting immediate clarity, energy, and flow to enhancing memory, stamina, and resilience.
But the whole notion is approaching the human body as if we were from an engineer's perspective. So optimizing shortcuts to being better, more productive versions of ourselves.
You wanted to be a better human?
I think we all want to be better versions of ourselves. I think that's one of the distinguishing factors of being human.
It's a good pitch, but Shark Tank didn't bite when Jeff and co-founder Michael Brandt brought it on the show.
It scares the hell out of me. I've tried nootropics. That's what people use to go on 48-hour coding binges. But at the end of the day, you're left with a headache, lack of recall sometimes. I'm worried about the long-term consequences, and so I'm out.
Although they're said to alter brain function, nootropics are not labeled as a drug, but as a type of dietary supplement, meaning they don't need FDA approval.
Nootropics are not FDA approved.
Everything that we do use is FDA generally regarded as safe, which is the highest level of safety that the FDA gives for all things that one can consume.
Does it ever concern you that the mixture of these things could make them unsafe?
No, because that's where our science team, which consists of actually practicing doctors and MD, PhDs, walk through that and actually validate any cross indications.
But despite this confidence, some caution nootropics could have side effects, many citing the lack of studies about long-term impacts.
There are also interaction. There may be one of the many ingredients on there that may interact with your blood pressure medicines, or it may interact with something else. So that's why we always recommend discussion and approval by the treating physician.
It's not just the tech world clamoring for these little life optimizers. Entrepreneur Erin Finnegan swears by them.
Sounds good. All right, thanks. It does sustain the speed that I'm going right now and the many things. I would have to take a couple things off my plate if I wanted to keep going without them.
She takes one every day.
Nutru Gold and Silver. How do they make you feel?
It's not like a, like press a button and like turbocharge, like all of a sudden you like switch into nootropics mode. I found that it just helped lessen the like time it needed to switch gears.
This is where I keep my nootropics.
Megan Klimmen is a self-proclaimed biohacker who's been experimenting with nootropics for years.
I keep a little phrenological head full of modafinil for, time that you need additional focus during the day.
We toured her lab where her team analyzes human tissue. On a stressful day, she says she'll take about 8 to 10 pills.
Before I found the Nutribox, I had like 12 different ones that I was taking, but those 12 different ones are really like summed up in these really well.
And there are plenty of others like her.
The problem is, again, we just don't really have all the data to support whether or not these individual agents or in combination work to improve brain health.
Going from like this to this.
29-year-old Eric Matzner created his company Nutru after becoming fascinated with what he discovered online.
If you're going to be a biohacker, is to learn how to find the right pills and the right brands.
He showed us his morning routine. He takes more than 60 supplements a day.
So I do about probably like 3 or 4 handfuls like that every morning.
So are smart drugs the future? Many here seem to think so.
We're talking about a new type of science. We're taking these things into our own hands, but also to proactively try and go from baseline to above.
You couldn't keep doing the lifestyle that you're living right now without them.
I would not like to find out.
For Nightline, I'm Rebecca Jarvis in San Francisco, California.